Hi, Assalamualaikum and very good evening. My name is Muhammad Izwandi bin Hamdani. I'm from DTM 3A. My metric number is 33 DTM Y9F 2037.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Hazimah binti Muhammad Izin. My matrix number is 33 DTM 90F 2043.
Okay, so today we're gonna do one experiment, which is determine of rice quality. So before we start our experiment, I will introduce you the raw material and the equipment that we will use in this experiment today. Okay, so first of all, the raw material that we use in this experiment is white rice. So this one was a white rice. Okay, so for the equipment that I will use in this experiment is, the first one is measuring cylinder. The second one is ruler. And the third equipment is balancing machine. And the last one is bowl. Okay, so that's all for the raw material and the equipment. Okay, so for this experiment, we have three methods that we're gonna do today. So the first method is determine of the size and the weight of the white rice. The second method is determine of the percentage of the broken rice. And the last method is determine of cooking quality rice. So now we're gonna do the first method, which is determine the size and weight of the white rice. So first of all, we're gonna do the average length, thickness, and width of the five head white rice, and it was measured with the ruler. Okay, so we're gonna take five. Of white rice. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then take the ruler and we're gonna measure the thickness, the length, and the weight of the white rice. Okay, so the first one we got 1 cm, and then the second one we got 0.7 cm. The third of the rice is 0.4, and the fourth one is 0.6 sorry, and the last one is 0.62. Okay, so for the next step, we need to measure the weight of 1000 grams of head white rice using the balancing machine and bowl. Okay, so we put the bowl on the balancing machine, and we put in the white rice into the bowl. Okay, reason we do this step because we want to know the average of the head white rice that has been taken. Yeah, that's the reason we do this step. Okay, so we're gonna measure it until 1000 grams. Okay, so this one was the result of this method. Okay, so that's all. Thank you. Okay, so after we weigh 200 grams of white rice, we need to do the second step, which is all broken rice must be separate and sorting from the normal rice. And after that, we need to record it and recording the weight and calculate the percentage of the broken rice and the normal rice. Okay, so let's begin. So we need to find all the broken rice, and we need to spread from the normal rice. Okay, so now I already separate and sorting the normal white rice and the broken white rice. So this one was the broken white rice, and this one was the normal white rice. So now I need to weigh the broken white rice using the balancing machine. So as you can see here, the weight of the broken rice is 87.7 gram. Okay, and now I need to record it into the chart. And okay, so that's all for this method and this step. Okay, so thank you.
First of all, before we starting the experiment, we should read and understanding the process or procedure from lab manual. After that, we need to prepare all ingredients and equipment before start our experiment. Firstly, we need to take the ingredient for weigh out. Secondly, we should cook water in boiling water for 20 minutes. Next, cool the ingredient and record the weight in. Lastly, but not least, transfer the ingredient into measuring cylinder. Record the sedimentation heat after 2 hours. After doing the experiment, we should record our result for doing result in that report.
So 3 precaution and safety measure that we need to know and we need to do before, while, and after the experiment is: the first one, before we do our lab or experiment, we need to wash our hand with soap, because we don't want the bacteria from our hand affect the material or something that we need to do in the experiment. And the second one is we need to label all the container or test tube that we use while we doing a experiment, because that thing will help us to know if we don't know what is the material inside the bottle or the test tube. And the third one or the last one is when we use the machines, things like balancing machine, hot plate, or oven, we need to switch off or to turn off the switch before we left the lab or after we finish the experiment, because it might cause the electric shock or something like that. Yeah, that's all for me. Thank you.
For precaution, wear proper lab clothing. Handle chemical with care. Properly care for the equipment. For the safety, do not pour reagent or chemicals down the sink. When using hot plate, unplug them before you leave the lab. Shoes must be worn in lab.